Lately, I've noticed more and more people in the comment section calling me out, being like, Ken, you don't ever talk about anything that's like a hot topic or that could be controversial. What's wrong? You scared? Come on, you big baby. Talk about it. Fine, let's talk about some stuff. Let's talk about some slightly, maybe uncomfortable things and have some hot takes. The first one's not so hot, but it does make me really mad. P. Diddy in his trial.
Yeah.
Boy! I was not expecting a trial where the defense didn't even call any of their own witnesses. All they did was cross-examine people to get off almost scot-free.
I thought like racketeering and like forceful sex trafficking was like guaranteed.
So there's quite a few little onion peels to put back on that. But first and foremost, he was found guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, and was not found guilty on 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and 1 count of racketeering conspiracy. Now, the traveling to engage in prostitution, it's got to be different from sex trafficking or something. I don't know. I'm not really too sure, but they got him for that. And then the other charges like racketeering, which is like a pretty big like organized crime mafia kind of thing. I almost feel like the things they were trying to get him for were just like kind of too far out of reach anyway, but still, it bugs me.
Yeah.
One thing that bugs me is they went to his house and got all this evidence, all this video of all these people doing all these things.
Yep.
I haven't seen one video. Where's the videos? Where's the justice for Justin Bieber at?
Who stayed silent during all of it, by the way. And now he's probably thinking, thank God I did.
All this, illegal prostitution. Like if he's got in trouble for transportation, I need to know. I need to know who else is involved. But no, it's going to go the same old story as that. I'll give you some examples of famous black men. You got the Juice, O.J. Simpson.
Oh yeah.
Everyone in the world except for the law says he did it.
Yeah, I even like that book he wrote, the what if, and then in real small letters, I did it.
Yeah. You got R. Kelly, Bill Cosby. You got these guys who did these things. They went in front of a judge and they had a jury and they were found not guilty. And now the Jews, the O.J. Simpson, he didn't have to go back or anything. But, everyone in the whole world was like, oh, all right. He probably did it. He probably did it. But the other two, they went back later. And even though when they got off the first time, I was like, oh, yeah, I knew he was innocent. He didn't do nothing. I love him. I love his music. Oh, I love his pudding. Then it comes to light that, oh, wait, they actually did some things that were worse. Lock him up. Maybe we'll have the same thing happen with P. Diddy because there's a lot of other stuff out there still just kind of floating around that we're like, whoa, okay. You didn't get him for racketeering, but I mean, what about all the other 120 cases they got to where allegedly there's very young people who are trying to become models or even get into the industry of music and they're talking about that they've been a lot of bad things happen to them. Right?
And wasn't all 120 of these supposed to be done individually, separately?
Separately, right?
So when does that happen?
Yeah, I can't. if some crap happens to where they're like, we're throwing all those out because he's already been, then
wow.
Bruh.
Yeah, each one of those should be its own separate case, like they said. Also, on the sex trafficking thing, wasn't there drugs involved? And I'm assuming the difference is the forcefully or not is how the drugs were probably administered.
Oh, we're not talking about the roofies that was mixed in with some baby oil thing. No.
What about the drinks that you're forced to drink to even be at the party?
Allegedly, even though they did find the drugs that they even showed them in the court case. But that's not what they were there for. They were there for sex trafficking and coercion and racketeering.
Okay.
And he's getting sentenced in October for the traveling, and whatever. So I don't know. That one's a good old head scratcher. And I remember reading an article a couple of the juror members could not they just were not even hearing the other side. They were like, well, let's talk about it. They were deliberating or whatever, and they're just like, nope, He didn't do it. And you get real conspiracy theory, but I am a 100% believer in this conspiracy that when you get up to a high enough level of money and influence, that you live in a different world.
Oh, probably so.
And so the list of jurors probably reached somebody, allegedly again. And, you know,
yeah,
maybe a couple that were selected were just like, he didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
I went to P. Diddy's party, and he's got some tapes on me, and he didn't do nothing. You know? I don't know, man.
I mean, you know, for a new Toyota Camry or something, you know, what would people do? You know what I mean? Who knows? You know,
right? And then the damage to his career has already been done anyway. But it's not. Whatever. I don't care. Like the dude's got so much money that's like, oh, his career. Oh, people aren't going to buy his next album. Nobody's going to buy it anyway. No one's going to buy the new P. Diddy album. He's freaking ancient. He's like 60 years old almost.
Yeah.
He comes out
I don't even think he makes music. Anymore.
He's just going to continue to like bring in new young artists
and abusers. I mean,
invite them to parties.
Yeah. Wow, man.
So it's just, sucks. I'm mad about it, but I'm also not surprised at the same time. Like you got that in the back of your head. You know, you're thinking it's like he's going to get off. He's not going to have nothing's going to happen. He got off. Nothing's going to happen. He's going to get house arrest probably. He's going to continue to have house parties.
Yeah, weekend jail.
Weekend jail. He's going to be sending his after he fires his assistants because his assistants have been like telling on him after he fires all of them. And gets new ones. Then they're going to go get the baby oil for him. But yeah, well, going on with that whole thought of like once you enter like a certain level of wealth and power, you live in a different world. People have been wanting me to talk about the Epstein list for some reason. Okay. Let me tell you what I think about the Epstein list. Intro
Didn't
music?
Turn that off at all. Nice. Thought I did.
That's the government calling. They're trying to shut it down.
The Epstein files, boom! See what happens when you talk about it, kid?
My opinion on the list at this current time is that I don't care. And I know, hold on, before you flip the table over and freak out, I don't care to get the list from the FBI. I don't care to see it from the people who are supposed to be giving it to us. Because why in the world would the people that have the potential list of whether it's real or not tell off on themselves?
Exactly.
And it's actually the most dumb, stupid thing that I've seen anyone on the internet get mad about. Is like, why won't the government tell me who's a pedophile in the government?
Right.
My God, there's goddamn pictures of Trump hanging out, shaking hands with all the people involved all over the internet. Why don't he come out and just say whether or not he's on the list? I would just believe him. And I'm like, I don't know. Here's an idea. Why don't we just like go to some of the victims that were there and ask them who was there? If they want to talk about it, they could probably spout out a whole list. But then for some reason, that wouldn't be good enough. Oh, well,
that's not trustworthy.
Yeah, she probably got paid. I need the FBI to get a list out.
Yeah.
Which they already like released that one stupid thing that was like redacted to the point where you couldn't even read it.
Right. Like what's the point?
It's like going back to P. Diddy. It's like, all right, P. Diddy, we need you to tell us what you did. And him going, I did everything. It's not going to happen.
Right.
It's not going to happen. So it's like, why are people fighting over this stuff? Boy, I'm about to get on a big soapbox. I'm about to get on a big one. Because it's like, it goes into politics, it goes into like everything right now. And like kind of just like the general, as an old man, what I feel like, what is wrong with the world right now? So people talk about politics and people get so mad. People hate each other. People like, you wear like
true. Very divisive.
You wear a MAGA hat down in like a city somewhere, you may get jumped, right?
Yeah, especially if you go to a city.
The fact that it's like that is insane. Like the fact that politics divides people.
Yeah.
Politics should not be like, I choose this team and it's versus that team. It shouldn't be like, oh, you have a slightly different opinion on how things should be run. I hate you. No, It should be all of us, the people, voting and choosing for our representatives to make the executive decisions to make all of our lives better. Like me and Dane, we could support two different political parties. It should not enrage someone else on the internet or either one of us to say we like somebody else. It should not be that way. And on top of that, the internet is such like a convoluted information space to where like you don't even know what you're reading is the truth anymore.
Yeah.
to where people like, and then still are just like choosing and cherry picking what they choose to believe, but nobody knows what they're talking about.
Right.
My stance is I am anti-government. Like, and no, I don't mean like, oh, you goddamn, you're communist or socialist or something like that. No, I mean, the current way that we do things right now is so like backwards and unhealthy and destructive.
Yeah.
And we continue to do it the same way every 4 years and things continue to get worse. But for some reason, we expect things to change. The situation we have right now isn't because of whoever is the current president or whoever was the last president. It's been whoever's been the president or in power or in Congress for the last 50 years. It's a combination of all that crap to now. So it doesn't matter who you voted for this time or who you vote for next time. They're just going to get their kickbacks. They're going to get their money. They're going to get their money from their supers and they're going to do whatever they want to do and like pit us against each other. And so then if you're mad and think like the Epstein files are going to support you in some way for you to be right about some other political party, it doesn't matter, because even if it said Donald Trump down the entire thing and that he's an alleged pedophile, people would just choose not to believe it. It literally doesn't matter. Oh God, it hurts, man.
Yeah,
it hurts, and I guess some of that gets like tenfold. And it is important. Like I'm not saying that don't go out there and vote or anything like that, but I'm just saying democracy. That's not democracy. It's. And then there's someone watching this right now who is mad and who is writing a whole paragraph at me right now about how wrong and how then they're like picking their one like hill that they're going to die on and going at it, and they're angry about it, and that is the problem. The problem that I'm mad about talking about it is the problem. It's not about who the president is. It's about how everyone is pitted against each other over the same two team, or the same two heads of the same team.
Yeah, really. Yeah. We all supposed to be in it together, boys and gals. Yeah. All that divisive garbage it's
crap.
It's crap.
It's like, hey, Ken, how do you fix it? I don't know. How do you fix it? I don't know. Like, be educated voters. Be educated voters. Like, talk about it in a way that is uplifting to one another. I don't know. Like, you got so many things I saw on the internet about the big, beautiful bill. It's this massive bill, all this stuff in it. Don't nobody know what's in it. I don't know what's in it. Dane don't know what's in it. The people that are arguing about it, they don't know really what's in it. They think they do. They know like one thing that's in it and they argue about that, but nobody knows. Nobody's went through it and read because nobody actually cares. If you cared as much as you say that you do, you just went and read it. They're trying to understand it, like. And so it's just all like, It's just like all these keyboard warriors that are like trying to fight for something that they don't even understand. It's frustrating. It's frustrating for me. And so then you go back to things like that, to where it's like, it could be the Epstein list. It could be like whether or not the government's going to tell us if aliens are real or not. Well, if we're going to have Doge come through and do all these cuts. Life is the same afterwards. Nothing seems to have really changed.
At all. No, nothing has changed.
So why do we need to fight about it? Well, we can just come together and love one another. And then, I don't know, use common sense and just go look and be like, hey, wow, all these people seem to be really good friends with Epstein. We should probably be suspicious of them.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, I'm not for Republican or Democrat, but I will state some facts, is that Trump is very good at beating women. It was going to be Trump and Bernie Sanders, right? But They pulled Bernie out, who if it was Bernie versus Hillary, Bernie would have won because he was the more popular candidate. But, they put Hillary up there. She lost. Come back around. Biden's up there like struggling to complete a sentence.
Yeah. Yeah, it was tough.
Beats Trump. And then they come back again. Everyone who has eyeballs can see that the current president is losing his mind and it's not all there. They put Kamala Harris up and Trump smokes her. So it's like, if you want to get real super tinfoily, why does the Democratic Party keep trying to take this opportunity to get a woman president, a female president, and it's always against Trump? I don't know. That's pretty tinfoily, right? I don't know. Like what? Like why?
Yeah.
Why? Like it's,
I guess it can't be anymore. So there's that. I can't do that again. So
there's an old saying that when we go back to the people in power and wealth and all that, is that it's what is the exact quote? I forget. It's like it's a party and you're not part of it. Like
there's a
there,
quote for this?
Yeah, there is. It's like a comedian. It was like George Carlin. I have to look it up real quick. What is the quote? What does he say? Oh, it's a big club and you ain't in it. Yeah. That was a whole lot. That was a whole lot of me griping just to say that. Just be cool, man. Just be cool, like with one another. We the people and all that.
Yeah.
But I don't always view the world from such a negative point of view. But I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things to where, personally, whenever I look at the landscape of everything, I'm just like, why? Why is it like this? How did we get this way? What can we do to make it better?
Yeah.
And I think first step is not to continue the same this kind of destructive cycle that we got going on.
Yeah. It's immunity.
Just look, people need to come together. It's like if you're expecting me to be like have some grand plan of how to fix everything. That drives me nuts. that's like the ultimate comeback for like whatever argument's losing, or if someone's like having to question their own their stance with this kind of thing. It's like, well, how do we fix everything then, huh? Oh yeah, if I could just blurt that out and fix everything, it'll probably already been fixed.
Right.
But it'd be a long process either way of making things actually better for people. And that's all I want is people to have better quality of life.
Absolutely.
Like getting back into politics, America's got this massive, massive debt. Huge. How do we have this massive debt and I don't have a super train that runs me all the way to wherever I want to go? How are there potholes still in my goddamn street? All right? How many trillions of dollars does it take to fix the goddamn roads?
For real. Yeah. I think until we help our own people, right? You got to start with your own backyard, and then you can work your way out to helping other people. I think that's where we got to start.
Whoa, Dane, whoa. That was way too common sense. That was way too common sense.
I'm just saying, man, like we can feed
the homeless people, Dane?
In our own hometown? I don't know, man.
That would cause more homeless people. We can't do that.
We got to do it in a different state or a different city because that's where it counts, wherever you get the most recognition. Garbage.
Yeah. Anyway, Ken, what do you think about the Epstein list? I care who's on it for sure, but I don't care enough to like go argue on the internet about it because the FBI won't give it to me.
Yeah. Do you believe Elon? Elon says Trump's on it. That's why he ain't.
I don't believe. It's the same thing of like idolizing politicians, idolizing billionaires. Literally the fact that the counter argument to this, I'm already prepared for it, is like, oh, you can, so you're a socialist. No. I think fair pay for honest work and all that is very important. The fact that we have billionaires and like the billionaires we've had are approaching trillionaire status is kind of a big problem and a result from many things in the world being the way they are. Thanks. Like imagine them not being that rich and like the money that they've accumulated was like, I don't know, paid in wages to their employees.
Kind of trickles downhill a little bit.
Whoa, trickle down. Whoa there, Reagan.
Whoa
there,
whoa.
Reagan.
Whoa!
Trickle down economics. That's what got us this spot to begin with. Proven not to work. And trickling down. Money trickles up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. It leaves your pocket and it goes right to old Bezos and all those guys. It goes to them. And so the fact that we like idolize, and we do because like we want that for ourselves. We want to be the billionaires. We want to be the rich guys. We're like, oh yeah, they're cool. But at the same time, wow, that's an obscene amount of money that is just out there. While people are out there barely able to pay rent. I can pay rent just fine. You can trickle down your money over here, become a member and all that cool stuff. Keep watching. That's enough of hot takes. And I can't wait to see the comment section about people arguing about all this kind of stuff. Just kidding. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to move on to the next one. So today's your birthday. Happy birthday. Say to our friends I love you. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Aliens are real.
No. I read it in a title on an article one time that they weren't.